Hi, my name's George Holliday. I'm a music producer and now an Airbnb owner. Yeah, you heard me right. This is the American school bus I own with my friends that broke down last week whilst we were moving it. It's been a big old task getting it onto location, but it's finally there, ready for people to rent and enjoy for holidays. But now, the mission is to move this bus that I've been travelling around in for 4 years making music. We've had appearances on TV, we've had amazing memories with all of these guys, and it's now time to give it a new home. Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Great to have you back. This week, I am moving out of my house, and that seems like quite an extreme thing to say, but I quite literally move out starting today, and I cannot believe how much stuff I have considering I live in a van. So those of you that have been watching this channel for a while, you know that I am going to be Airbnb-ing this bus this summer so that I can travel and produce out of a suitcase. That is my next challenge in life. This little keyboard arrived yesterday. Not the best keyboard in the world, but it's somewhere to start. And I'm going to work out how it is possible to make music on the road. But that means if this is going to be an Airbnb, that I need to pack up my whole life so that it's out of the way of other people and out of the way of other people snooping through my stuff as well. Yesterday I spent £100 just on boxes, and all week I've been moving the American school bus over to the new site which you saw in last week's video. So today is actual moving day. I moved to the vineyard in 2.5 hours. I'm supposed to be leaving here to go to the next place. Now it is a bit of a weird hybrid because things like pans and plates and things like that are obviously going to stay in here for people to use, and so working out what stuff is going in boxes and which stuff is going in my bag or in my car to figure out later is a whole different conversation. And I am also going to be taking a huge box of stuff to store under the American school bus because the American school bus has stacks of space, like loads. So this is everything that I'm working out today. Now, one thing I'm aware of with this whole journey and this whole trip, so I'm just finding some batteries because this microphone's also about to die. One thing that I find unusual about the way I'm packing my bags is that I do not know where I'm going. I don't know for how long. I don't know what I'm gonna need. I mean, you think you know what you're gonna need. I produce music enough that I feel like I know, but I just don't. And there's going to be so many things in these boxes that I'm going to be like, damn it, I wish that I took that. So like this, tiny little mic stand so that I can put my microphone on the desk if I'm going to be singing. I can't take a microphone stand with me. So it's just another thing I've just thought about now, is how am I going to, I'm going to have to hop, I don't know. This is all a big learning curve. Hold on, someone's coming to speak to me.
Finally home. I've been gone for too long.
Oh, that wasn't fun. Right, gang, let's do it. The maiden voyage. No, maiden's wrong, isn't it? The last voyage. First time, every time. I always have to say that when I start the engine because it just moral support for the bus, you know. Whilst the bus is just getting the air into the system so I can release the brakes. Those of you that were watching the Isle of Wight series, you'll know about that. I'm going to do a trip up to my parents. I'm going to go up and see my best mate Isaac and head up north in the car. So I'm going to deliver all of this stuff home, stick it into storage, and that's when I think this chapter will officially feel closed, so to speak, and I'll have pretty much just moved out of the bus. It does feel very surreal. It just doesn't feel real. I just feel like I'm off for a day, I'm off for a trip round the corner. I don't know, it's a bit of an odd one. But emotions-wise, I'm quite excited. New chapter. The nerves and the unknown is the only thing that's making me nervous, but it's the first time in my life I'll fully be embracing the unknown, at least before I normally have the bus or I normally have something to fall back on, whereas this, once everything's rented out, there's like no no place for me to go other than on the road, in Airbnbs, making music and hopefully meeting up with some of you. Let me know in the comments down below, what would you be feeling at this moment in time? Essentially forcing yourself out of your house to rent it out. Right. Let's head to Downsview Vineyard. Nope, still not enough air. Cancel that, we're not going. Here we go. Oh baby. Feels very real now. Very, very real. I don't like the look of that camera stood there. Guys, I'm gonna move you. You're coming up front with me, gang. Bye, car. I'll see you soon. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I've been.
So as you can see, I'm not quite there yet. Something happened involving my old MacBook Pro, which I forgot was in this shelf, and my face, and it hurt a lot. Oh. I'm looking in the actual lens at the damage. It's not as bad as it felt actually. But I touched myself and there was blood, so I had to stop. So sorry for those of you that are squeamish. That wasn't fun. Ouch. You little. We're only 6 minutes away. I'm not gonna let it dampen my spirit. Ouch.
Hey, look at me, man, what I become.
Yes.
I've been running.
We're in. Right. Hey, this must be the owner. Hey, how are we doing? Yeah.
Lovely van, lovely bus.
Well, here we are. Downsview Vineyard. I've just had a lovely chat with the owners, had a coffee, settled it in. This is our spot. A whole field. These trees are going to be absolutely covered in apples and beautiful things. We've got a whole orchard to ourselves. It's got a little bit of rewilding to do. Some grass where they had tents last year. But it's going to be a really, really lovely space. And I forgot we had that lovely view over there as well. So I think we've just chosen this is going to be the spot. Right in the middle. It's going to be lovely. I'm just getting these paving slabs that are going to hopefully balance because there's a slight tilt on the land. So I'm hoping that sorts it. Nice to see a vineyard as well that is completely solar and green. The whole bottling station is powered from the power of the sun, which is pretty cool. And here, I'm going to show you very quickly. Here are the vines. Bus, vineyard, starting to shape up very nicely. Right, I'm going to move these other paving slabs. I quite like this remote microphone scenario. Look, I can wave at you from here, and you can hear me. Banger.
Or I can leave it for now above ground until you know.
Yeah, well, I feel bad. Is it snowing where you are?
What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all alone. I think it's time for me to go burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may.
Hey gang, day 2 here at the vineyard. Look who we've got here with us. Oh, focus. Mia has come along to help with some cleaning, so bless her, she's doing all the cupboards. Very much appreciate that help. My nose today kind of looks a bit worse, but it feels a little bit painful now whenever I scrunch my face up or laugh. But that's going to heal. I'm screwdriver in hand today. Let me show you what I'm doing. So we are going to be plugged into mains water supply here, but I don't have a main supply connector. Never have done on this bus. So typically as I'm moving out, I'm going to treat myself to a mains hose connector, and I've never installed one before. So what's happening is down here, see this T junction here, the blue one? I'm going to stick this in there Now this will allow me to shut the connection off between my water tank and the connection that I'm going to add to it so I can plug in from the outside, so I can switch between the two relatively easy. At the moment I'm not sure whether to do it before or after the pump, because if there's enough water pressure it'll be really nice to not hear the pump, and the pump doesn't give like a consistent amount of pressure. Like the pressure is good, but the pressure is, it kind of, you hear it come on and the pressure comes up, and then when the pressure gets to the right pressure the pump turns off for a second and then it dips. So you kind of get this ebb and flow of water pressure, which is okay, it's fine, but it would be really lovely for guests to have constant flow of water. If we connect to the mains, which is a hose pipe size, so hopefully the pressure is fine. I've spoken to a plumber and he can't foresee any issues with it as long as the connections are good. So we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna try it. I think I'm gonna try it after the pump first, and if it works, we're all good, and if that doesn't work, then I'll put it before the pump, which I really don't want to happen because I don't want to have to take it all apart, and because I get a little bit nervous with water, because water in vehicles is the biggest of no-nos. So let's give it a go. I will report back when I've tried it.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of?
Damn it, I got it off too short.
I wonder.
I think we're done. We're done, I think. It did get wet, did get messy, and yeah, I think we're there. Connections both done, at least in this side. It's not the prettiest job. It's the best I can do. How are you getting on? Glass cupboard? I really appreciate you for this. I know it's not the most fun job, is it? Cleaning up stuff, but new addition to the bus. I now have a lock and a good old handle to pull the door closed. And we fixed how heavy the door was, because it's been heavy for a long time. I think we fixed it. Booyah, no more climbing in through the driver's door. But the reason I did that, and for any of you guys that are thinking about building a motorhome, the reason that I did that in the first place was because in my mind, the less or the least amount of locks on the outside, the less likely somebody to manage to get in. So I have a huge bolt on the inside of this one that nobody can get through because it's on the inside, and then the driver's door. So that's worked really well. So if you guys have like 5 locks on the outside doors, just have a think about the fact that there will be a weak point in one of those locks, whereas this has been doing me good. So that does feel weird. The door feels so light now, it's unreal. You know when you get used to something for so long. Also, I'm really enjoying this evening here in the vineyard. It's just so quiet and lovely. And also, fun fact, the landowner told me that this hill over in the distance, over here, is where the woman who was the Queen Elf, Kate someone, I can't remember her name, Katie someone, who is the Queen Elf in Lord of the Rings, lives just there. How amazing. Somebody help me out in the comments below. What's her name? Blanchard?
Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder.
This tree is starting to blossom. And all these trees are different types of fruit. So if you come and stay here, this might be apples, I think we've got quince trees, I think we've got pear trees. And one thing that was super cool that they were saying was that you can put a bottle on a tree where a pear is going to grow, or an apple, I think you can do it with any fruit, and then leave the bottle there and let the pear grow inside the bottle, and then you fill it with vodka or other spirits to make kind of like a pear liqueur. And it doesn't sell cheap, but it will be amazing. And you can actually, we had a glass earlier, I didn't film it because we were with the owners, but we had a glass of cider wine, which is, it's cider made but in a wine making process, and it tastes delicious. It's like a really light cider, cross between a cider and a white wine basically, or a sparkling wine. Absolutely delicious, and it was made with apples in this orchard. So if you come along, you can have a bottle of wine or a bottle of cider wine made from this actual orchard, where you can sit and enjoy your bus. for the evening. And it is worth noting that in the evenings this is completely gated off and enclosed, so you get the whole place to yourself, so you can literally go for a walk through the vineyard on your own in the evening. Beautiful. Oh cool, you get a wooden rail. So I was thinking about leaving a bit of a gap here between the bus and this tent thing, so that you have the sun. We don't want to block off the view. I suppose there's no picture or something that comes with this. But it must be that easy. Whoa! Calm down, Captain. I'm assuming. Please could you hold that? But then we could put it here, so that you have like a separate place to come to, and you have an outdoor area over there, and then you have like a covered bit here. Should we try that? Just thinking you can kind of admire the bus from over there. Right, so let's grab a big pole each then. You'll have to this, buddy. Oh my god, that broke straight away. Tent space done. Actually really happy with that. Time for home. Alright, that is going to be it from us today on today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the new pad, I guess. We'll be seeing you in the next video. I don't really know what we're going to be doing next, but if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. It's been a bit of an odd bits and bits video, bits and bobs and bits video. And thanks for sticking around. Leave a comment about the previous things we talked about. Stay safe, look after each other, and remember, never stop creating.